the volume all the way up on my little device that I have. So yeah. Sorry I haven't been streaming in a while. My throat's been fucked up for the last week. I sound like shit right now. But yeah, that's why I wanted to go ahead and just do it today instead of yesterday, just because that way I can give my throat a little bit of time. Okay, so what I want to start doing is making. Let me know if y'all can hear me pretty well. Let me turn this volume up too. Let me just turn that up just a little bit more, just to make sure. Just want to make sure it sounds clear this time, because last time when I streamed, it was like super low. So I just want to make sure that it actually is coming out at a pretty decently like high rate. Yeah, I figured today's stream probably like low, you know, because the market's fucked at the moment. So, and it's not even just Moonwell, you know, it's kind of like every single altcoin out there looks like shit. And that's just kind of where we're at right now. You know, we're kind of dependent on like Bitcoin and ETH and where they're kind of trading at. Like ETH's almost 3,000 again. Bitcoin's 88,400. But the thing is, like, what's been going on with like Bitcoin and ETH is that they'll go up big chunks and then they'll just have random $3,000-$4,000 dumps, you know, and then that has backlash on the rest of the crypto market. And what that does is it basically just nukes alts a little bit more every time Bitcoin does that 4,000 flash crashes, then right back, 4,000 flash crash, then right back. And that's kind of why Well is at 0.76. Do I believe we're going to bounce from here? Yeah, for sure, because last time we bounced immediately to that 0.13. Really, I think what needs to happen is that like Bitcoin and ETH just need to trade a little bit sideways before things get back in the alts, you know, because they're kind of lagging like a motherfucker. As you could tell, like even Solana, there's 125, XRP 192, 80, Cardano is 36 cents, Uniswap 612, Chainlink $12. Let's even go through like the base ecosystem coins, 49 cents with Arrow. Oh yeah, dude, you just gotta have patience. That's all it is. Like right now is like major buying opportunity. Like no fucking doubt. Like if you're adding here, like you just gotta think about it as like a DCA. You basically are doubling your money for free, adding at 0.76. Like literally, when you get to 0.14, you just doubled your money for free. It's kind of how I see it. That's why I DCA right here. So dude, look at this Arrow, 49 cents. Even Morpho is like what, $1.21. It went down to like $1.12 the other day. Dude, Degen, 0012. Let's look at Mamo. Mamo 02326. That was a mouthful for some reason. And dude, like, bro, every single coin is just down. It's not just one. So like, I think it's funny when people are just like calling out certain coins on like X or just even on like YouTube channels. It's not just one singular coin. It's everything across the board. And a lot of that stops when ETH and Bitcoin can kind of just trade sideways instead of getting that huge fucking $3,000 nuke, $4,000 nuke, $5,000. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what needs to happen. So then all these market makers, they're just basically just chopping up alts. No, it's like you're basically getting chopped up by market makers. It's not even people selling. It's not even like real people selling most of the time. It's really just like the books reorganizing itself, you know, like with Well. Okay, as soon as this 2.3 million fake sell wall is gone, the price immediately goes right to 0.009. It's just a fake wall by a it's not manipulator, but it's by a market maker, and it's basically just keeping the price right here. It's fucked up, I know, and a lot of people get annoyed by that, but that's really the reality of it. Like literally, as soon as that little 2.3 million is gone, it just shoots right up because it's just a market maker. You know, it's not an actual sell wall. It's somebody just trying to manipulate price down so they can fill their bids. And basically what they do is they set up, like, for instance, there was like a 10 million Well buy wall. Well, what people do is they set up little blocks. Okay, I put a $2 million sell here, and then people think, oh my God, I need to put all my bids below, or I need to pay, or I need the market sell. Well, they're filling their bids on the other side by placing the price lower, and then what that does is that forces people to panic sell on as marketing as a market sell, essentially. So basically, you're just selling to one person. That's basically getting you out of your bags, essentially, is how you can put it properly. Because dude, like even like with like Well and Arrow, all these coins, I've seen it for so long that I literally know what the fuck's going on. You know, so it's just kind of funny. So yeah. And then what else I want to show? I wanted to show this on Moonwell. So right now, Moonwell is like killing it with fees. Okay, we're making a ton of fees from these Bitcoin loans and then ETH loans from Coinbase, essentially. Sorry, my fucking throat's killing me. Hold on. And so right here, oh, by the way, does the volume sound good? I just want to make sure I had my thing turned up pretty well. So right here, there's 19,642 Bitcoin supplied to the Moonwell right here. And then look at all this liquidity, $136 million. Crazy. All right, so let's go to the, I'm curious what the ETH size is looking like. I know ETH in general, since they just opened it, it's going to take some weeks before it actually starts getting like fucking wild. I think it's this one. I can't remember what ETH one it is because it just started, so it's not going to be that much in there. 714 ETH. More people, it's kind of funny, more people loan out, Bitcoin more than they do ETH for some reason. I don't know why on Coinbase. But I can't remember if that's the one. I'll have to ask around because I think it's more than that. I want to say it's way more ETH than what is right there shown. I just got to actually find it. I'll just have to look at it when I get off stream. I just want to play a couple videos for you guys. And so my plan going forward, so the only way I can stream multiple times a week and do it is by not doing like 1 to 2 hour fucking streams each time. I just got so much stuff I got to do. And especially when the market looks like shit, nobody really joins. So what I want to start doing going forward, and I'm going to try to test trial that, is if I just get on, do a quick 15, 20-minute stream, boom, get off. And then I can get on a day later, boom, 15, 20-minute stream, hop off. Boom, 15, 20-minute stream. Like kind of just go into like what's fucking important instead of just re-elaborating the same exhausting bullshit, and kind of just me talking over and over and over. So I think if I can just get to where I can hop, like set a timer, like boom, we got a 20-minute stream. Let's aim to hit 20 minutes on the dot. Let's just like boom, like fucking rapid fire it. Then that would be a lot easier for me to actually get on. I got a couple of videos I wanted to play, and a lot of these are just like people have seen them throughout X, but I think it just needs to be re-shown to people. Raul Paul, I think that's how you say his name, Raul or Raul. I don't know how to fucking say it. It was Raul Paul. It says we are an elongated business debt cycle and that Bitcoin would climb higher and then we would see a 35% drawdown. Everyone will be sure that it's over and that it won't be over. That's kind of where we're at right now. So like from what I'm seeing is that kind of like 2025 was like a skip year. It's kind of just like we didn't get rate cuts when we were supposed to get them because of political bullshit. Jerome Powell refused to cut rates until just now recently. We're slow at cutting rates. Okay, that's the second thing. We're very slow. Like we're not cutting them fast, and we need to be cutting by like 50 BPS, like fucking hammering that in. And the thing is, when we're not, it's kind of like it says, it's elongating the cycle a little bit. So you now go from like this 4-year cycle to the 5-year cycle. So what I'm kind of seeing, and this is even what I said on a couple of my streams, is that like most likely the top of the market in general is probably going to be Q1 or Q2 of 2026. Because everything gets kind of pushed back now that we got the cuts and now that quantitative tightening is done and we have quantitative easing starting. And so now you're getting all of that liquidity injected into the markets. Well, now what that signals is that you want to be risk on assets. So that's kind of where you want to start buying your altcoins because that's where you're going to make the more gains. Like Bitcoin itself is what you call like a risk off asset because it's a little bit safer. It's like you're not going to lose as much money, but you're not going to gain as much money. But you still kind of want to be in Bitcoin like when they're raising rates, when they're quantitative tightening, stuff like that, because it's just the safer play. And that when you're in altcoins, it's kind of like being a fucking degenerate. So like what I'm saying is we're getting all this QE. Okay, we're getting money injected nonstop. And actually, I got a thing I'm going to show you here in just a little bit because the Fed's injecting something billion tomorrow. And so, yeah, let me just play this video real quick. And then Doc said, thank you, base airdrop. Oh, yeah, I think base airdrop, most likely, if I had to bet money, if I'm a betting man, I would say base airdrop probably comes right before Q2 2026. And that's just me being optimistic. I don't think they're gonna drop. They're gonna drop it when the market's hot. They're not. I'm telling you. So when you do airdrops, I'm kind of just talk for a second. So airdrops, okay. And when you're doing TGE, people don't do TGE when the market looks like shit. I just saw a coin that just dropped. I think it was Vui or Voi, whatever it is, VOOI. They just did the TGE. They went from 25 cents straight to 5 cents, all within like a total of an hour. Okay, so it's not a good environment to launch coins, so to say. You know, hell, you can't even get a coin on Pump Fun or a meme coin to go above 40K market cap. So just thinking about it like that, there's no liquidity, nobody's happy, nobody's like excited about the markets. So you got to think about it. If I'm Base, am I going to launch a coin that I know that is for sure going to be sold the fuck off? Like I'm telling you right now, when Base coin drops, you just want to sell it. It's nothing to hold. You're not going to want to buy that until it's time for the next cycle. And I'm being just completely honest. Look at Arbitrum, look at Optimism, look at Mode, look at ZK Sync, look at Scroll, look at any L2 governance token in existence. Pull them up, and then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah. So I think Base drops by minimum Q2. 2026. I think if we start popping off in Q1 2026, then they're probably just going to say, hey, we're going to drop it. But they are not going to drop that token until the market is like spicy. Like I'm just telling you right now, it's not going to happen until it's spicy. So what you need to do, you need to be farming the absolute fuck out of Base right now. I'm talking about you're doing a transaction every single day. You're working on your base name. If you want to get an extra 5 points added to your base name, what you do is you supply ETH on Moonwell. Okay, I'll tell you what, let me show that real quick before I play this video. So what you want to do, if you want the easiest 5 points added to your base name automatically, you want to go to this core ETH pool right here. Okay, you see this? You're going to go here. You're going to supply, and then you want to enable collateral for that ETH. Okay. And then you could take like a 20% loan against it. You're going to get 5 points added to your base name, 5 to 10 points actually. Like a lot of my base names that I was like, that they're like my farm wallets, dude, they got like 7 and 8 points just from doing one supply and borrow. And then like when you do more, you kind of get a little bit extra. Let me see, airdrop. Let's see, question about airdrop. Any use on meta staking well isn't enough, or do I have to use base? Oh, you don't have to use base wallet. You can use Rabby. You can use MetaMask. You could use, as long as you're on base chain itself, it does not matter. You have to be on base chain. Okay. Now you can use the new base wallet. It fucking sucks. I'm gonna be honest with you. The new base wallet sucks. It's like Farcaster. So like I use Farcaster every day, because I have like I think it's like a 98-day streak of using base chain. Because when you go on base names, like your activity pops up, okay? It goes based on how many daily days you've used, how many transactions have you used, how many times have you bridged, how many times have you sent money to a base name buddy, you know? How many times have you done, like, it doesn't say your trading volume. It says how many times have you supplied, borrowed, or done something on chain regarding like supplying and borrowing and repaying and withdrawing and all that shit. And that goes on there. So what I try to tell people, and then also if you do a smart contract. So what I want to say is you need to have your wallet, and in order to be thinned out from the herd, you need to make sure you have at least one supply and borrow. And then Moonwell counts. That's one of the only ones I saw that really counted on the base name thing. It's weird. It's super fucking. I'm sorry. Shit. Sorry, dude. I'm still sick as fuck. God damn. But like I'm saying, you want to do at least one of each of those. Damn. Let's see, I really hate this base wallet. Yeah, you don't have to use base wallet, so don't even worry about it. Let's see. Q1 2026. Oh, shit. I'm fucking choking. Yeah, I think so. Too. Oh, dude, you could do like $2 supplied. I was even messing around with them. Now don't leak this anywhere. Okay, because this is kind of like a fucking thing that's going to get you ahead of all the people like farming base. Don't tell anybody, but you can just do like $2, $5, 10. It doesn't have to be 1,000 or 100 for it to count. You just got to do a couple bucks, but you have to supply it and you have to borrow against it. Damn. Now you don't have to do. What you don't have to do is do a max borrow. So just make sure that what you do is you supply the ETH. You could do like 0.000 like 2. What I think that's like what like $1.50 or $2, whatever the fuck it is. And then I think eventually like well staking will count at some point, because I think what's going to happen is a lot of these protocols, they're all going to get a big amount. Like Moonwell is probably going to get top 3 or top 5 most base tokens. I'm just being honest with you, like dead ass. They're probably gonna be a top 3, top 5, top 10 holder of base token, because they were one of the first most productive apps on there. And like same with Arrow, same with Morpho. There's a lot. Mamo will get some. Oh yeah, dude, OG as fuck. So we got 55 people on here right now. So, and I appreciate y'all coming on here. I haven't streamed in a while. I've just been kind of just like fucking just busy with life and sick here lately. I'm just a day one staker on Moonwell. Don't want to take them off and change something, only restake and buy. Oh yeah, dude, I mean, that's the way to go. You could really just leave them staking. Eventually, so like that's still going to count towards your account, because there's not many people on base. Like, all right, as a whole ecosystem for the base like token, or just base ecosystem in general, there's not that many people staking. There's not that many people doing a smart contract, which doing a smart contract could be like creating your own coin. And what I recommend to get that one smart contract, you want to go to basehub.fun. Yeah, and I'll drop that on my page later, so that way you guys can find it. But you can get a free, or not a free, but it costs you 16 cents to do one smart contract interaction. But what's going to happen is that because you did that one smart contract interaction, you now are outperforming 99% of all wallets on base. And what base is going to do, that's going to matter. I'm telling you, they're going to look at who the people that get rewarded the most are the builders. Okay. You're still technically a quote unquote builder if you're doing a couple of smart contracts. Now you don't want to sit there and spam them, but if you just do like 1 or 5 or 10, so I'll drop on Scottish Bull. I'm gonna drop it's basehub.fun, and I'll send you the thing for them, because they're the best. You could do a good morning on there. You can roll dice. You could do all kinds of shit that are like base interactions. Like I use them to get a ton of transactions for my wallets. Like each thing's like a penny. Okay, so I'm spending a penny to get a transaction. Okay, well that transaction is an on-chain activity. I could sit there and do like 1,000 transactions, and it's only going to cost me like $10. Okay, so if I do $10 across each wallet that I'm farming, I got 1,000 transactions, and then I got all this other criteria. My shit's going to get a high-ass airdrop. You know, like, and I'm being dead ass. Like from what I've calculated, what I've done on base and everything, I'm probably going to get 6 figures from an airdrop. Like just dead ass. Yeah. So what you want to do, and the only one that works for the supply and borrow is ETH. I don't know why. Like I tried every single thing to see like what would go on the base name. I did USDC. I did Well. I even did Arrow. I did like all these different ones just to kind of see like what went on there. And the only one that increased my shit by 5 points minimum, like dead at, like I was getting like 5, 7, 8. I even got 10 on one wallet. Is ETH. So you supply like a couple bucks of ETH, and then you want to borrow against it. Okay. So look, you're not even losing money when you borrow against your ETH. You can literally do like $5 and then borrow $3. I think it lets you borrow 50%. So you'll have to borrow like $250, I think. It was up Froth. But yeah, I need to drop like a little tutorial. But the thing is, I'm scared to drop a tutorial, because if everybody knows how to farm base like the right way to get a ton of like free base coins, then it's going to get diluted. But if there's only like a small fraction of a community that knows what to do, you know, like to me, like for instance, like I got a big ass layer 0 airdrop. I've gotten, dude, I killed the airdrop game last year, killed it. So what I'm saying is, if I just keep it in a small niche group to where everybody who's just like mainly like Moonwell based, Arrow based, shit like that, then a lot of those people are going to eat off the base airdrop, which then in return, all those. So what's going to happen is when the base airdrop happens, all of that money is going to get cycled into base coins. It happens every single time. So the L2 token drops, and then that L2 money flows into the coins of the ecosystem, and then boom, you get these crazy ass gains. So you could do, I'll send you where to do the smart contract. It's super easy. You're just basically making like a fuck ass token. It could be like D's nuts token with a supply of like 1 trillion, and it costs 16 cents. If you have your base name, so go to Moonwell, go to supply, enable collateral, borrow, and then that'll come up as a supply and borrow on your base name. And then I'll send you the thing to do the smart contract. And I'll even drop it too. But let me get to these videos real fast, 'cause I'm already going over my time. Now we're just same price. Let's see. A lot of people didn't even see this video. Shit.
A mystery. It is the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing. Each cycle is not to do with a halving cycle. Nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase 1 of the banana zone, banana number 1. The corrective zone, banana number 2 comes. Another correction, banana number 3. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020. 2021, off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one. Here we are now. Can't be clearer to me. I've shown you the macro evidence, the technical evidence, the sentiment evidence. Everything here suggests to me that hold on to your hats.
Yep.
Don't fuck this up. Don't lose control of your tokens. Don't use leverage. Don't get your wallet hacked. Just sit with it. Be careful. Don't get FOMO. Do all of the right things, and we'll go up to the next phase of the correction zone. That's going to be harder, because the next one that happens, we'll have a 35% drop, and you'll all say, is it over? And you'll definitely be sure it's over, and everybody on Twitter will tell you it's over, and it won't be over. By our work, we suggest that because of the elongation of the business cycle, because rates were higher for longer, the forward-looking liquidity suggests that, again, probabilistically speaking, without any guarantees, this whole thing goes into Q1, maybe Q2 of 2026, which would align with Trump's, trying to win the midterms as well.
Yep.
So everything's lined up for us. I think it started. So keep the faith, keep building stuff, and let's keep driving Siri forward with all of this.
Yep.
Thank you.
On the money. So you got to think about this too. All right. So when people do their tax returns this year, you're going to get a whole lot more money back when you file your taxes. Okay. You got A, more money back when you file your taxes. B, you're going to get back, like if you worked like an hourly job, okay, all those people who got overtime, they're going to get all of those taxes back. Okay. I don't know what the threshold is or what the amount is. It's some crazy shit. I'll have to like actually look into that for people. And then 3, you might get a $2,000 tariff stimmy check. Okay, so you got tax returns, $2,000 stimmy check, overtime, tax back. Dude, everything's lining up. Like, everything is lining the fuck up for a parabolic full sin March and April. March and April is probably going to be around the top. And I know I sound like a broken clock, but you can't predict having 3 black swans in the same fucking year. You couldn't predict having 10-10 randomly happen. You couldn't predict the market overreacting to the word tariff. I can tell you this right now. They ain't even going to mention the word tariff in 2026 because they have the midterms coming up and they have to win the midterms. There's not going to be a single negative thing coming out. They're not, and all these people are like, oh, they're going to start a war. No, I'm telling you right now, they are not going to do shit because the midterms are very important and you want to have control still. So they're going to do everything in their power to make sure that they get those votes, whether it's giving people free stimmy checks to like just shutting the fuck up all of 2026. That's just kind of what I see happens. I got a couple things. I'm going to play that in just a second. So just in, Fed to inject $6.8 billion into the market tomorrow at 9 a.m. And this is basically just going to keep happening. They're going to keep injecting money every single day into the market. So eventually it's going to be like fucking every single Monday, they're going to inject 6 to like 15, 20 billion dollars, just like it's nothing. What do I want to play? Oh yeah. So with Moonwell, November set a new record for reserve auctions on Moonwell. Growing demand for assets on Base drives protocol revenue. Increasing reserves and well acquisitions. Real usage funds sustainable rewards. So like Base, dude, has just been fucking growing like, not Base, but like Moonwell. Bro, they've been getting more revenue. They've been getting more daily users. They've been getting more borrows and supplies. And it's not even just people doing it for like the airdrop farming. People are like actually taking out fucking loans. And because it's just the easiest and smoothest. You know, we had a bunch of rough patches, you know, with like the bullshit, was it wrapped ETH thing that we had happen, and then the staking thing. But all that's just done, dude. They fixed everything. Everything's golden. So yeah, I think we're on pace to get back to where we are. Moonwell mini app is now live in the Base app. A simple way to lend, borrow, and earn on Base. Leverage what's yours with the Moonwells. Yeah, so if you were using the new Base app, which it kind of sucks, it kind of sucks. Like Base app is like, you know, I could care less about using Farcaster within a wallet. But if you are going to use Base Wallet as another wallet to farm, you could throw like $20 on there just to do like the daily transactions, because there's a lot of mini apps that cost like cents to do. Whether you're doing like Slayer, you're doing Spin the Wheel, or you're doing like different dice games that cost like a penny each transaction, you're still doing on-chain activity. So I do recommend just getting like a Farcaster wallet, or even making a Base wallet, just to have like a separate account doing transactions, you know. I think that was it. Oh, and then Mamo ETH accounts are now live on Mamo. I think that was about it. Oh, December 19th, 120,000 well holders and climbing, with long-term holders, active stakers in the safety module, and liquidity providers on Arrow. We're seeing steady adoption and real usage month after month. Very correct. It just keeps growing. I'm telling you, dude, it just keeps growing. And eventually, when we do get bullish, price is going to go up. So right now, price sucks dick. Yes, it sucks dick at 0.77. But am I confident we're going to get back to that 11, 15, 20 cent range? Yes, I'm very confident. I still believe that's going to happen, and it's going to happen. I don't know when. I just know that when things start heating up, it's going to happen very quickly. As you can see, when we were slowly heating back up, well, just popped off from this little 0.76 and went straight to 0.13. And then Bitcoin decided it wanted to dump, you know, $8,000 like a little bitch. So, but yeah, so that's what I kind of see happening. I do believe we will be back at that all-time high price again. I don't know when. Could be Q2 2026. I think if you just keep adding and just kind of just DCAing, I think if you just hold all Base coins, whether you're adding some Arrow or Mamo or Moonwell or Morpho, I don't think you're necessarily going to lose this cycle, because as soon as we get any kind of smidge of announcement that Base airdrop is coming, all those coins are going to send. They're just going to do like an immediate 5x. I'm telling you, right, it's going to happen. Not financial advice, but it will happen. So you're basically just betting on when the Base token's coming. So there's that. I want to play this real quick. There's another Raw Paul. It's 1 minute long.
2013.
So this is another thing too, is that the market structure bill should be coming Q1 2026. I was hoping it was going to be done by Christmas, but you know, with the government shutdown, that kind of screwed everything up. So when that market structure bill does happen, 70 to 80 to 90% of all like manipulation and like fraudulent stuff, it's going to be gone. I'm telling you, like even the market makers controlling the market, that's going to put it literally in its heels. Like it's going to be done. So let me play this video.
We've always said it, and here they are. When I've been speaking to the sovereign wealth funds here this week, and they've all got crypto in their books now.
And they're openly talking about their allocations.
And not only that, but the Treasury Secretary of the United States, who was an ex-macro hedge fund manager, friend of mine, he openly talks about how important it is. We've got Donald Trump talking about it. We've got everybody talking about it. We've got every financial institution building on stablecoin rails. We've got once the Clarity Act is passed, then all of the banks will start building out their crypto rails for everything. Yep. If you speak to everybody, the banks need the clarity. The asset managers need the clarity. The corporations need the clarity. Everyone needs the clarity of the Clarity Act. Once you get it, it's the green line. They're all waiting for what exactly is, which things are securities, which are not, how does it all work? And once you've got it, we've got a roadmap.
Yep.
And everybody wants to go. Everybody wants to build on these rails, particularly the financial system, because it's so efficient and so fast to do things that they're incentivized to do it.
Yep. Oh, also another thing about when the Clarity Act actually goes into effect, a lot of these protocols will only be allowed to own a certain percent of all tokens in circulation. So like things like, let's say XRP or like even Uniswap, where they own big percentages of their token, they're not allowed, like under the Clarity Act and market structure, they're not going to be allowed to hold more than whatever the X percent is of the total supply. So they'll either most likely have to burn those tokens. You know, a lot of these crypto companies, I think it's like 2%. They're not allowed to. It's like 2 to 5%. I can't remember what it is. It's something like super low. They're not allowed to own of the total supply. So that's going to be a lot of coins that are just going to be getting burned and I think that's the only thing they could really do too. I don't think they're going to be able to sell off those coins as well, if I'm not mistaken, under the Clarity Act. I don't know. I have to wait till it actually comes out, but that's one of the things that I was kind of hearing. Let's see. The Fed needs to print 7 to 8 trillion by next year. Next year, and you think the markets go down, brother, you're not bearish. You're just mentally deficient. Liquidity decides everything, always has, always will. Yes, and that's what I'm saying. Like 2025 was the gap year. So 2026 is the real like market year. So around tax season, that's probably when we're going to start seeing all the gains. So I think leading up to that, like I'm telling you right now, there's probably a good fucking chance that everything starts rallying by end of February, going right into March and April when people start getting their tax returns. So that's what I'm betting on. It's the most logical thing to bet on because there's so much money coming out of that. Like right now, the reason why we kind of look like shit in December is we had the 10/10 event, like it kind of scared everybody. And so everything's slowly coming back from that. And then B, you have the holidays right now. So a lot of people are kind of tight on their money and they're kind of just spending money on like Christmas. But after Christmas is done, people will have money. Come like the first, second week of January. Should be good. Fucking golden, sorry.
Time. And so total liquidity just follows the interest payments. So that chart tells you we've got around $7 or $8 trillion that we need to print just to cover the interest payments over the next 12 months into the end of 2026 when things calm down a little bit for a while. And this is the reason why the Fed are trying to get rates down, or the Treasury are begging the Fed to get rates down, because they need to get rates down to the level of GDP growth, which is, let's say right now it's about 3%, 2.5% trend rate. They're going to have to get rates down to that, because if not, that number keeps compounding, because GDP is the economic activity by which you pay the debts and the interest payments. And here's another way of looking at it, is here's the interest payment.
Yep. So the money's coming, man. Liquidity is coming. It's just a game of patience, you know, whether you got extra money to DCA, you got extra money to, set aside in the crypto that you wait. You could even DCA a little bit and then sell at a lower price, making a little bit of profit. So closing the stream. Well, price is at 0.77. Bitcoin is at 88,300. It's good that we're trending right here. I would like to see us stay here and not get the 10 a.m. sell off. Could be different because it's a holiday week. ETH is trending back again from that 20. Look at that 18th. We're just at 27. That's kind of what fucked alts, man. Everything's based on ETH. So if ETH is sucking, then altcoins are going to suck. So if we can just get ETH back over 3,000 and then stay over 3,000 and head back up to that 4,000 range, that will be indication that altcoin season is starting once ETH does eclipse 4,000. You got Zcash at 439, Solana 125 still. Let's see what Arrows again. Closing the stream, 49 cents. Mamo is 0.2326. So yeah, the market, we could bounce back this week before, right around Christmas, because you got to think about the stock market's gonna be off for the holidays, so the market could we see some crazy pumps in crypto? Yeah, why not? I say right now, you just gotta be patient. You gotta have conviction. You gotta believe like what you hold is going to be good. You need to have your money in altcoins where they're making revenue, whether that's an Arrow or a Moonwell, you know, and that's specific. Like anything that's making revenue is gonna, to me, are gonna be the alts that see the most money. Because you gotta think about it. Like right now, Moonwell's at, and I know I was talking about Moonwell, but it's just because it's like easy, such easy money, not financial advice. We're at a 34 million market cap or 35 million, whatever the fuck it is. Dude, for us to do a 10x to 300 million market cap, that is not 300 million market cap is nothing when liquidity actually comes in and we actually have kind of like a true altcoin season. You know, hitting 1 billion market cap is nothing when you get actual altcoin season. Coins statistically in 2021 and 2020 went to 1 billion market cap like it was fucking treading water. You know, like it was nothing. It was just like, boom, 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion, 5 billion, 5 billion. Because when the money flows in, then the price goes up, you know? So like right now, while it's the holidays, don't expect too much, but just, this is kind of just where you want to DCA, man. This is just where you want to DCA. That's the only advice I could tell you. You want to DCA all the base coins in preparation of the base airdrop, and that's kind of just what you want to do. That's kind of just the game plan, you know. You don't have to buy one specific coin, but I would just recommend having some kind of exposure to the market right now and not panic selling. AVAX is 1216 as well. But yeah. But all right, guys. Well, I'm going to hop off here. Like I said, going forward after this stream, I want to make the streams like at least 15, 20 minutes. That way I can get on in the morning and then get off. Like I get on for 15, 20, boom, 15, 20, boom. Like go over the most essential knowledge and things and then just get the fuck off. Hop on, hop off, hop on, hop off. So yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do going forward. And no more like, and until the market's like full fucking sending, you know, and Bitcoin goes to like 126, then I'll do like an hour plus stream. But I think it really helps people when I do hop on a stream, especially people in the Moonwell ecosystem, you know, itself. A lot of holders, they do want me to stream more. So I need to do that as often as I can and not just like once every 2 weeks or once a week or some shit like that. So yeah, other than that, yeah, I feel I can't even breathe right now. But yeah, y'all have a wonderful night. Y'all enjoy your Sunday. Be safe. Don't let the market shake you out. I mean, this price ain't not. This is just some bullshit on the prices, to be honest. Like, as soon as the MM's done right here, it's gonna go fly right back up. But y'all take care. Y'all be safe. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Remember, anything I say is not financial advice, so please do not blame any financial losses on me. So, but take care, guys. Peace out.